after the third goal, of course. However, when you look at the flurry of chances that she had to face, it could have been a lot worse. What do you expect from the veteran and how she bounces back today?
I think that she's going to make sure that she continues to play confident and calm, and with the defensive core and the group that they have in front. Yesterday they were able to stay with this UBC team for most part of the game, and they created chances, had some looks at the net, and were able to, we had Maisie Kozak hitting a crossbar, you had Kira McDonald and Kira Anderson getting in on the action, but they're going to have to bring that as well here again today against a tough UBC team.
Moments from Puck Drop will catch you right after the anthem. Down Highway 1. This is going to be a must-win game, and if they can't take it, their season is over. But if they can, it's a 3 p.m. tilt tomorrow. Head coach Peter A. tasked with reigniting his team, had a terrific opening round win against Calgary. Andrew, what do you think was said in the locker room after last night's loss?
I think they definitely made sure that they didn't harp on the fact that they were completely out of the game, down 4-0. They had their opportunities to stay with UBC. They just needed to capitalize in the offensive zone as well, just clean things up a little bit defensively, especially off the rush. This UBC team getting 3 goals from the rush yesterday. They're going to make sure that they can stay solid defensively in the neutral zone as well. I think a confident choice going back with Kate Fawcett, just making sure that he's staying solid with his team and showing that confidence in his veteran goaltender.
Fawcett wants this game back, of course, at the tail end of her U Sports career, wants to keep the dream alive a little bit longer. And, of course, for other veterans such as Kira McDonald, as well as some top scorers in this team, you're looking at the Chloe Reeds, the Sadie Isfelds, the Presley Giesbrecks. You mentioned it. Macy Kozak hit a crossbar. But Kira Anderson, point blank in that first period, had she scored that, if not for the great pad save from Elise Hugans, Trinity could have been off and out of the races yesterday. Yeah, and you got to think Kira McDonald is due through 3 games played, no points on the board so far. She is hungry to get going in these playoffs, the leading scorer for her team in the regular season. She has to have a big game here against the Thunderbirds. Vanessa Schaefer, fresh off a bronze medal at the Olympics with the Swiss national team. Played with them in a world championship previously. That one's gloved down. Schaefer once more. Multiple rebound tries for these T-Birds, sporting the navy base with the yellow gold trim. Here's Grace Elliott in the slot. Elliott fires strong. Start from Fawcett. Tested here early.
And another big thing in this game, Trinity Western, the home team, so they will be getting that last change to try and match up against some of these top lines of UBC. Will definitely help them defensively.
Casey Dittner breaking in, capable from the defensive end, being a strong defensive contributor. That one gloved down by Hugans. Her 7th combined shutout between regular and postseason. Post-game talking to head coach Graham Thomas, says she is the rock for this program, really nurturing the maturation of Maya Lucifor along the way. But for Hugans, 4 out of 5 Canada West championships claimed by her. Of course, that one elusive one last year against Alberta, just 1 game away from advancing to that next round.
Yeah, almost a funny thing. Both of us just kind of acting as if it was normal for her yesterday to get a shutout in her first game played after 20 days in the playoffs. So pretty remarkable stuff from her yesterday. And she'll be looking to continue that performance here today. Had to make some big time saves.
Kaylee Pepler also inserted back into the lineup, banged up for a couple games. Veteran for this group coming out of Saskatoon. Paired up with Sophia Gaskell. A scratch last night, got some late season minutes. She's been in and out of the lineup, but head coach Graham Thomas looking for a little bit of offense from the back end perhaps. Sandilands. Fresh legs alongside Alona Markova. Had a goal last night, really trending upwards at the tail end of the season, and that's carried forward into these playoffs.
Yeah, and got things going for UBC yesterday. And I'm sure head coach Graham Thomas looking for this line of Markova, Sandilands, and Cassidy Rhodes to continue their good form, to continue to gain chemistry. So I'm sure he wants this line to get things going as well with that line of Schaefer, Wong, and Elliott.
Nacarato's out there with some pressure. Took a couple of frustration penalties yesterday. See if she can have a bounce back game. Point blank opportunity, big blocker save, strong start. Elise Hugans looking steady as always. And a good sign for Trinity, no worse for wear. A deflating 4-0 loss, but of course bouncing back here. T-Birds trying to keep it in. Tripped up for a moment, Markova. Good desperation play to poke that out, avoiding a costly turnover. Yesterday, we said that first goal was going to be huge. Today, you can almost feel the tension on the ice.
Yeah, and Trinity Western know from their series with Calgary, huge to have a good start. We're able to get 3 goals in each of those games.
Tip play in front. There's McDonald. You said she's due. Already looking dangerous here in the first.
Yeah, I was able to create a lot of chances in the slot area and get some good shots on Elise Hugans.
Quickly up. Here's Zinger. Pass into the middle, evades Elliott. It's going to go all the way the length of the ice. Icing waved off. You can see a little bit more offensive pressure from these Spartans. T-Bird struggling to get out of the zone cleanly right now. Elliott with a bit of space. Grace Elliott taking off the puck. Good back check from these Spartans. First icing call to the game, going to go the length of the ice. This game's complexion, first 5 minutes yesterday, similarly pretty tight, chances on either side, and then it just turned into a flurry of 2-on-1s and breakaways, and then Markova opened the floodgates. But right now these Spartans, you can see, allowing a lot less space than they did yesterday. Another strong pad save for Fawcett. Still deep for UBC. Turnover. Schaefer to the point. Through traffic. Off a leg. Yackel. Still on it. Grace Elliott up against the boards. Fight for it. Spartans trying to get it out. That one goes into the bench. A little bit of pressure. Kate Fawcett looking quite strong so far. Testing on a few chances. Had to be ready.
Good chance there for Grace Elliott in the slot. Was kept off this. Well, she got an assist yesterday, but no goals for her yesterday. Looking to get her first of the playoffs. And you see the forecheck going to work for UBC, creating turnovers. We didn't see a ton of that sustained pressure from them yesterday. They're going to try to get that going to stop the breakout of Trinity Western, create some more sustained pressure in the offensive zone. try and wear this Trinity Western team down.
Post-game, Graham Thomas saying that he didn't like the effort his team put forward in the third period, of course. Already a sizable lead, but wanted them to finish the game strong, looking for a full 60 here tonight.
And as well with the long break, should be very fresh, but the conditioning and stamina may come into play here as this game goes on. Need to make sure that you're using that depth, making sure you're continuing to play with a lot of energy.
Giesbrecht backed on it. Dumped in by Giesbrecht. Already more than 5 minutes gone here in this first period. Yackel taking off the puck. Back into the hands of Dittner. Dittner easily blocked side off the netting. Not called down. Tricky bounce there. Zinger had to be careful. UBC is able to get it out. Here's Reed, stopping on a dime, taking off the puck. 2-on-2. Out on the wing, looking for goal. Fawcett steers it aside. This line of Mia Baird, Fleming, Perrier did some damage yesterday. Do so again! A seeing eye wrister finds its way through traffic, and UBC claims first blood once again. Jalen Morris, back-to-back tallies in consecutive games.
And we saw her off the rush yesterday create a great goal, and today a fantastic shot from the point. And this line of Mia Baird, Jacqueline Fleming, Hannah Perrier, like you said, got things going. Hannah Perrier with 2 assists yesterday and able to gain the zone, create pressure, get a good look towards the net from the point with Jalen Morris, who scored a ton of goals this season, and through the traffic gets that puck past Fawcett, and UBC with an early lead here in the first. 1-0 UBC.
Morris with an impressive 9 regular season goals, already up to 11 with goals in back-to-back games. UBC back on it. That's a high stick. Long touches it. That's going to come out, but a seeing eye shot. Might have been a little bit of traffic. Looked like it went through cleanly. Didn't take a deflection. Fawcett just couldn't see it. Fired in off the boards.
Yeah, great shot from Jalen Morris, and we've seen her all season create so many great offensive and defensive plays and making a huge impact on this semifinal series. Getting the first goal today, second goal yesterday, getting things going for her team. And a great shot, and we saw yesterday, once this UBC team gets one, they can smell blood in the water and are looking for another.
Season on the line here for these Spartans. Can they dial up the physical intensity? Known for getting under UBC's skin at times. I think that's when they're at their best. Didn't really bring that style of gameplay last night.
Yeah, definitely want to make it a little bit messy for this UBC team. We've seen it not as open as yesterday so far in this game, and I think that's what Trinity Western want to continue to do. Take away that time and space of UBC. Don't let them create off the rush.
Markova, tight space, huge collision, bodies collide. Olivia Buckley laying the body, slow to get up and skate off there. Taking the worst of that one. I believe that was Pisani. Taking a big hit, has to skate it off.
And we saw 5 penalties yesterday between the two squads. No power play goals, however, so I'm sure both special teams will want to try and make an impact when they can here on the game today.
Pepler cross ice. Carmen through traffic, doesn't get through. Veteran pairing here between Pepler and Carmen. Extremely reliable over the past couple of years. Here's Pepler. Carmen, quick clap, doesn't get through. For Trinity, Can you stop the bleeding? Can you keep it at 1? 2-0 deficit at the end of the first yesterday, and then it just increased from there, 4-0 at the end of the second. Can they minimize the damage and respond? Fleming, dump and chase. Approaching the halfway mark here of the first period for Fawcett. Not the start she would have liked, being tested frequently. A tricky wrister from the boards, breaking this game open.
Yeah, but Trinity Western started off the game strong, able to dictate the pace of play, got their forecheck going. And that was a huge part yesterday for UBC, is able to break out cleanly with speed and create off the rush. And early in this first period, Trinity Western able to create turnovers and get their offense going the other way. But as this period's gone on, UBC able to break down that forecheck and get into the offensive zone.
Morris is there, has to be careful. Fleming, good defensive support. Annalise Wong, the captain, trying to get it in deep. Trinity searching for that stretch pass, looking for some open ice. UBC smothering on defense. Isfeld, touched up to McDonald. McDonald still on it. To Isfeld, back to McDonald. Makes a move, Kira McDonald onto her forehand. Couldn't quite get enough of it, great chance.
And looking to create there, Kira McDonald and Sadie Isfeld. A nice little give and go play there, creating some space for McDonald. But just not a good enough angle towards Elise Hugans.
And this is the puck attack that Peter Hayes looking for. Strongest shift of the game right there from the Spartans.
And as well, I'm sure he's hoping this line of Olivia Lear, Kira Anderson, and Carrie Yackel can continue their effectiveness from yesterday. An extremely important line that head coach Peter Hay, I'm sure, is wanting to utilize as much as he can.
Markova gets it out. Back in, have to be careful. UBC Spartans searching for a response. Coleman back on it. Out there paired up with Kelsey Ledoux. Breaking into the zone, getting it deep. Spills out. Coleman up ice. Here's Fleming. Morris to retrieve. Baird picking up an assist on that first goal off the stick of Jalen Morris. Second assist going to Ashton Thorpe, her second of the weekend. Here's Baird. Still on the puck. Baird is looking to go far side, a little bit too hot, back to play it. Ashton Thorpe.
And a strong play there from Mia Baird, but unable to finish it off as this line once again goes to work.
Thorpe. That shot sails wide. UBC, the possession game starting to dial up here. Sometimes known for wearing opponents down. Spartans, chance to break out 3-on-2. Carmen. Some tight passes in the defensive zone for UBC, leading to a turnover. McDonald right there trying to keep it in. Markova up ice. Spartans there. Bit of contact along the boards. Pressing. Blocked aside. UBC. Arms up. Finally touching the puck. We're going to have our first power play of the game. We saw that collision against the side boards. Skating to the box. First 5-on-4 action. And for Trinity, unable to convert on their first power play yesterday. But now with Maya Healy sitting for 2, this is the time they need to get one back.
Yeah, huge time to try and tie this game up here at the end of the first period. And Maya Healy, maybe just some incidental contact going to the bench there, but an interference call nonetheless. And a huge power play now for Trinity Western to try and tie this game up.
Struggled to get shots through traffic yesterday. Like that shot from Sadie Isfeld, but yet again, lots of traffic in front. Here she is again, talented offensive defender. Paired up with Boone, who had a number of shots in from the point that were also blocked in front yesterday.
And got to try to get that puck cleanly to the outside, try to set things up and open up the middle of the ice.
Glove down. Rebound spills out. Hugans with the save. Baird. Yeah, Baird off a skate, going to go deep, going in for a solo rush, try to kill off a couple more seconds. Trinity to counter. Isfeld spins back. There's McDonald. Leading goal scorer for this Spartans team. Gets she lead by example. Hunting for it. They need the equalizer. McDonald walking out. Thrown out to Dintner. Here's Ledoux. Big block UBC. And who else but Annalise Wong did that yesterday as well. Crucial PK here for the T-Birds.
Yeah, and that was another huge key for this UBC penalty kill. Getting their bodies in the shooting lanes, sticks in the passing lanes. And Trinity Western have done a great job of kind of opening up spaces in the offensive zone to create shooting lanes, but UBC able to make up for it and use their bodies to get in those lanes and get some key block shots.
Annalise Wong clears it. And the only power play of the game, of course, recipients of such, these Spartans, it's going to expire as Maya Healy's back on the ice. Only the one shot on goal on that power play.
And UBC with the top penalty kill in Canada West. 5 short-handed goals for as well.
Hugans right there. Wrist shot came in from the point, no rebound, and that's going to be the key today. Spartans were able to get that shot total up and around 20. A little bit of a slower start here today, so Hugans has to be careful. No secondary chances. She hopes to keep Trinity Western off the board once more.
And quite a few big pad saves yesterday as well. So definitely in the scouting report as well, trying to get that puck to the net, get a few rebounds with some players around the net.
It's going to get called back. I believe it was Elliott on the wing. Breaking out there with Schaefer and Markova. It was a nice little swing pass with speed, but Elliott a step too early.
And Elliott a step offside as head coach Graham Thomas getting this top line back out after the penalty kill. Yeah, he's very glad to have Schaefer, Pepler, and Healy back in the lineup, back healthy. A huge boost to their scoring depth that we've been talking about a ton of.
With speed, Spartans trying to break out. Fanning on it was Lear. Schaefer taking it into the board, still on it. Annalise Wong right there. Can't quite clear, in deep for Wong. Has a trailer with her, cross ice to Pepler. Kaylee Pepler through traffic. Easily blocked down, can't quite clear. Elliott's fighting for it. Broken stick in front. That one's going to go deep. Spartans, can they end this period on a high note? Haven't had a chance to really form sustained pressure, but they can make UBC sweat just a little bit for the last 120 seconds.
Yeah, they've had a couple good shifts, but really looking to string a few minutes of good sustained pressure together. And has been a solid 20 minutes for both teams, but UBC just having that little bit of offensive edge so far through this first period. And shots as well fairly close, 6-5. It's just been that one great shot from Jalen Morris.
Speaking of, here she comes. Looking similar to yesterday. You can see the adjustment from these Spartans, but not out of danger yet. Fawcett gloves that one down, but Morris finding a seam over the blue line instead of parting like the Red Sea as they did yesterday, collapsing on the talented defender.
Yeah, much better job defensively, closing that gap, staying close to Morris there and those rush attackers. And taking away time and space much better.
Carmen to Pepler through traffic. Fawcett's there. Glove hand. Nifty grab, face off to her glove side. Minute 25 left here in a relatively smooth first period. That one shot surprised everyone in the building right off the boards, just found the perfect angle. And the T-Birds find themselves up 1-0, hoping to hold on to this lead.
And UBC recognized that they're not getting much off the rush, looking to be able to set up in the offensive zone and try to get their cycle game going. Pass that puck on the outside, try to open up that middle.
Final 60 seconds of this first period. Stretch pass. Up ice, here's Ledoux. Forced wide, Ledoux behind the net. That one takes a tough bounce high. Point blank backhand. Still on it. This is what the Spartans were looking for. Here's McDonald. Don't let her shoot off a leg wide. McDonald known for a cannon if you give her time and space. Spartans very much still in this one. All it takes is one to change this game.
Yeah, that really is the key here, keeping this UBC team within grasp. Don't want to go down yesterday, down 3-4 goals and really dig yourself into a hole. Don't want to be playing catch up against a great team like UBC.
Turnover, time to make something happen, but it's going fast. Morris just going to take it into the boards as the horn's going to expire. Morris, of course, the only goal scorer of this period as she helps UBC emerge from this period unscathed, up 1-0. A lot to like from the T-Birds, but the Spartans clearly making a defensive adjustment.
Yeah, most definitely. They're making sure that they're keeping them out of the middle, content with keeping UBC to the outside, and yeah, I got to get their forecheck going a little bit more. We saw flashes of it in that first period from the top two lines there, and some good chances from Kira McDonald, Kira Anderson, Sadie Isfeld. They've come to play here today. And yeah, just that one good shot from Jalen Morris is the difference here. Could be a little bit of a different score line, but some great goaltending from Hugans and Fawcett, the two veteran goaltenders, knowing what's on the line here today. Some small adjustments going to be made, but a good solid 20 from both teams here in game two.
A must-win tilt here at the Doug. Trinity on the comeback trail once again, but they're right in the fight. Don't go anywhere. 40 minutes of puck right on the other side of this first intermission. We'll catch you on Canada West TV, presented by BioSteel, in about 15 minutes.
Send me the Addy. I'm on a Jackie. 5 on a belt, 10 on a jacket. You gotta have me. It's been a day. I don't wanna wait no more. Why the f are we waiting? I don't wanna wait no more. I know a couple had you. I ain't tripping, ain't me. My on your block Aggie, but the don't mean nothing to me. Hopped out, double park, all them watching, cop the rubber from the
There's Markova, wicked wrister, throws in a goal, she scores! Ilona Markova from Russia with love. It's 1-0 UBC. Great individual effort off the wing, calls her own number, rifles it into the bottom of the cage.
And Markova gets the party started here for UBC. Her third of the season, first of the playoffs. Almost fools Kate Foster. And really as well, something you don't see extremely often from this UBC team, scoring off the rush.
And they're off the rush. You called it. Teeing it up for myself there, Andrew. Jalen Morris, fantastic individual effort. Upping in the rush, makes a move, gets it onto her forehand. Something in the scouting report, 2 straight 5-hole goals for this T-Birds team. They've been known to press UBC every now and then with a terrific first period. Here's huge turnover. Anderson, big save, Hugans. Grade A chance, best of the game for these Spartans. Need we remind some of our viewers tonight, these two teams ranked 1 and 2 as out on the break. In all alone, Vanessa Schaefer back from the Olympics to Elliott. Misses wide, Schaefer on the rebound, she scores! The Swiss bronze medalist. First game back, no worse for wear. Vanessa Schaefer pads the lead. It's 3-0 UBC.
And another goal off the rush for this UBC team. What a great play there by Grace Elliott to protect the puck, leave it for Schaefer. And thought Schaefer maybe should have taken that shot there, but trying to make the unselfish play.
Perrier looking to center on her backhand. Hannah Perrier. Fleming still has it. Doorstep, they score! Mia Baird. Right place, right time. Open the floodgates. UBC's up 4-0.
Trinity Western and Elise Hugans from UBC, and Sadie Isfeld on the all-rookie team from Trinity Western.
Breakout all alone, chance to score! Off the post, bouncing out. And that's going to be all she wrote on this best of 3. UBC going to look to close it out tomorrow, but the Spartans need to regroup in a hurry. Puck drop at 3 p.m. tomorrow.
Lauren Attia now to serve. Once again, as Roberto puts it up to Lucy Borowski, fought off there by, that was Mira Hamid wearing the libero jersey, normally listed as an outside hitter and just unable to control that one. Bitter now puts it up for Feist. The 3 outside hitters that start the match for the Cascades. They have a very even distribution in terms of their attacks. Hard to tell which way Bitter might go next. Number 1 and number 2 in the conference in that category in the regular season. Separated by 0.00, or rather just 0.01 per set.
Ball 2 making a smarter, more strategic shot.
And what a serve by Glanville. You can just see the dip on that ball as it died at the feet of the Cascades back row.
Definitely a hard serve to pass when you think you have it and it just drops right out in front of you.
That ball, Hudson unable to control it. Now Borowski! And the Thunderbirds, the serving comes around at the crucial time near the end of the set.
The smaller blocker, you get picked on.
Maybe working to her advantage that time as UBC on 2 occasions unable to slam down a free ball. Robert Shaw, Borowski, more conventional attack, fought off there by the Cascades. Back set, Talia Attia off the chest of Glanville and into the crowd.
Looks like there was a little bit of a net contact, net touch that UBC's not happy about.
Skinner, this time, no complaints as the Cascades with an emphatic block to set up set point. Fisher in for Bitter here as the Cascades hope to close out this set, and they do. An unforced error there by the Thunderbirds as the Cascades strike right back. Another player who UBC will want to keep getting going here in the third. Robert Shaw, Borowski. Hudson in the right place there, and Bitter's able to track it down. Robert Shaw this time goes over the middle, right nearly with the big rejection. Talia Atia unable to line that one up. Now Borowski, and she is stopped at the net. Tied up once again, now at 13. Bitter. Talia Atia having to lean back on that one. And Robert Shaw right into the center of the court. To turn a deficit into a decent-sized lead. Cascade still with time to make a comeback. Feist off the tape. That's bumped up for Borowski. Unable to get the kill right there. Leaning back was Feist, and somehow UBC keeping that one alive in scramble mode on the defensive end. Tia nearly blocked at the net. Now Feist on the outside. Thunderbirds hanging on here on this rally, and they get the reward at the end with the kill from Kylie Glanville. Campbell in to serve. Seelovs and Sol Henson in the front row. Fisher stoops down to get it to Lauren Atia. Almost a very inventive kill right there, but ends up going the way of UBC in a 25-17 set win. A score that you definitely would not have predicted if you were to make the call about halfway through that set. Glanville's serve, hard to handle. Lenarchik trying to just throw it down, but a good play there by Bitter to keep it alive. Lee unable to get all of that one. Borowski stutter step. Again, Bitter with the dig. Now Talia Atia goes sideline. Great play by Demi-Roll to keep it alive. Longer rally here between these two teams. Bitter. Feist cross court again, just unable to keep that one in play. Thunderbirds just trying to keep marching forward now that they've established this lead. That'll certainly help as Borowski gets her first ace. Feist now back out there on the court for UFV. That's her clipping the tape. Feist trying to get down to it, but it's back-to-back aces. We'll see how many more, and in fact, that'll be it as the Thunderbirds rally from a second set loss to take the third and fourth in more comfortable margins, and they are one win away from advancing to the Canada West Final Four.
Mark Norman, football athlete. Mark Norman came to UBC from Kamloops after a stellar high school career, and he wasted absolutely no time making his mark on the Thunderbirds. From 1983 to 1986, he was the defensive star on some of the best teams UBC has ever seen. Playing defensive back, a position often overlooked, Mark demanded attention with historic playmaking. Mark didn't just break records, he shattered them. He holds the current UBC and Canada West single-season record for 13 interceptions. He set the Canada West record for most interception touchdowns in a season with 5, and he amassed an impressive 451 interception return yards in a season. Mark was named a Canada West All-Star and an All-Canadian in both 85 and 86. And in that legendary 1986 season, he swept the major awards, winning the Frank Knupp Memorial Trophy as Canada West Player of the Year and the National President's Trophy as the CIS Most Outstanding Defensive Player, leading Frank Smith's Thunderbirds to victory in the 1986 Vanier Cup. This truly historic team was cemented by Mark Norman's defensive brilliance. His outstanding university career was just the warm-up. Selected in the 3rd round by Edmonton, Mark went on to play 5 years in the CFL, helping his team win the 1987 Grey Cup. He's an inductee in the Canada West Sports Hall of Fame and the BC Football Hall of Fame, and now the UBC Sports Hall of Fame. A defensive legend and record holder for the ages, Mark Norman.
Now back the other way. Stepping in is Roulette with space and just misses on the blocker's side. A 3-on-2 for UBC. Kotai has Kindry go to the net. There's the pass to Williams. A one-timer stopped by Meyer. And he'll hang on for a face-off.
Stick for a good attempt on Meyer.
Weaving through is Keeler, and he's turned back. Played to the point, kept in. Kozer steps in with a shot. That just misses. Now off the end boards. Roulette pots it home. The Huskies open the scoring here in the 2nd period on the power play.
In this playoffs, Connor Roulette continuing his fantastic form and getting that bounce.
Seraglio stepping in with a shot blocked, and he'll keep it in the zone. Reinhardt, stretch pass ahead. Petruik has Roulette with him. Petruik shoots, stopped, the rebound. Roulette scores! Connor Roulette! 2nd goal of the game. UBC pressing for a goal here in the 3rd period. And a 2-on-1 shaping up for the Huskies. A shot there, and they score! Ethan Renier takes it himself, looks off the passing option. Jake Lee reverses for Mutala. Up for Chris Douglas. He weaves through. Douglas to his backhand, to his forehand. He scores! What an absolute beauty from Chris Douglas. And the UBC captain has put his team on the board. 3-1 here for the Huskies.
And we've seen that a couple times from the captain, Chris Douglas. And you can see him motion to the bench. Let's go, boys. What a move, Chris Douglas. If that doesn't get you going, I don't know what will.
Bouncing puck. Douglas trying to settle it. Jake Lee tries a shot towards the net. Bouncing puck. He scores! The Huskies are contending that it was gloved in as Atkinson was causing traffic, but it bounces off Atkinson and into the net. And just like that, the Thunderbirds are within a goal here late in the 3rd period.
And able to win that puck battle, Jake Lee.
Williams stepping to the point, will pass off to Seraglio. Down for Ty Thorpe. To the point, Williams. Over to Mutala, cross seam. There's the shot. Thorpe. Oh, what a save! Oh my goodness, absolute robbery from Meyer. As Seraglio steps down, gets to the loose puck, and Meyer gets across to get the glove on it. Oh, unbelievable.
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord, what a save. Nolan Meyer. Alex Seraglio cannot believe it.
Time to do that, and that shot blocked. Puck played to the point. Mutala has to get a shot. That's blocked by Holt, and the Huskies will hold on. A miraculous late game save with the extra attacker out from Meyer. Solidifies the victory.
I get a good feeling, yeah.
Fans, play will resume in just over 2 minutes' time.
Second period coming right up here at the Doug Mitchell Thunderbird Sports Center. Andrew Savory on the call alongside Andrew Lote. You know what, Andrew? A much better first period start from these Spartans. A lot less open ice for UBC to work with. And you know what? It paid dividends. Only one goal surrendered. A tricky one off the sideboards, off the stick of Jalen Morris. But these Spartans, one goal away from equalizing in their season on the line. It looks like they have it within them. They just need to convert.
Yeah, it really is just about that execution in the offensive zone, and we've seen some flashes from the Spartans team throughout the series and throughout that first period that, yeah, they're able to hang with this UBC team, the #1 team in all of U Sports, and a storied rival between these two squads. 6 games played this season. This the 8th game, and as you see the Jalen Morris shot there, a great shot from that left side of the point, just along the boards there, getting through that traffic. And maybe that's a little something that Trinity Western are going to have to get going in this second period and in the third here. Create some more traffic in front of that net, get some shots around Elise Hugans, create some rebounds. And we've seen a lot in this playoffs. The one bounce of the puck can turn in your favor and gain you some momentum there, as we see the head-to-head stats between these two teams in their 6 games played against one another as well.
As we look at these head-to-heads, that 15.8 power play percentage, neither team registering a power play goal last night. Not a ton of opportunities considering they're the most penalized teams in all of Canada West, but tonight an early chance in the power play with Healy in the box. Only one shot on goal. Need to fix that if they get another opportunity.
Most definitely, and I think they're going to continue to try to get under UBC's skin. We know that this UBC team plays with a lot of emotion and a lot of intensity, but sometimes they can get undisciplined and let that work against them. This Trinity Western team needs to capitalize on that, try and continue to play this tough, scrappy, messy hockey game that they want to try and drag UBC into. And we'll see how things pan out here in this second period.
Graham Thomas, the general, behind the bench, willing his team to victory, trying to get them jacked up. Talking to Olivia Buckley wearing the 77 there. 2 periods away from advancing to another Canada West final, winning 4 out of the past 5. Alberta not in it anymore. Of course, they won last year's Canada West Championship, fallen to the Manitoba Bison in that opening round. And right now, not at 1-1 in a big series in that East Division against the Mount Royal Cougars.
Yeah, huge win for the Bisons earlier today. 3-1 over the Cougars, forcing a Game 3 tomorrow. Trinity Western looking to do exactly that here against UBC.
Fawcett clears that one up, snags it in the glove. UBC, quick shot to start the second here. Really like what Ashton Thorpe has given them offensively. Essentially in 2026, finding her rhythm towards the end of 2025, but you can put her on the defensive end, you can put her in the forward core. She's able to contribute wherever she is.
And a great offensive pair there between Thorpe and Morris, number 4 and 5 along that blue line. Really able to create some offense. We saw it in that first period. Ashton Thorpe with 2 assists in back-to-back games now, and Jalen Morris with goals in back-to-back as well.
McDonald gets it in deep, goes off for a change. Spartans, the first 10 minutes of this period could be so crucial. Can they get one back? Boone, cross ice to Giesbrecht. Time and space on the rush. Here come the Spartans. Anderson had a golden opportunity in the first yesterday. Searching for something similar here on this shift. Trying to get in deep there, Sandilands. Boone has to be careful. Markova, she can rifle it. Markova, steady as she goes. Kate Fawcett, big save. Promising signs for the Spartans netminder. Her defense trying to do everything they can to prevent opportunities getting through. Anderson trying to sauce that one up. It's blocked down. Lear was on the far side. In Ledoux skates. Had to be careful. Up ice. Nacarado gets it deep. Carmen. Quick up for UBC. Fleming, cross ice. A little bit too far to Markova's reach. Fleming's there. Chance to center. A couple whacks right at the glove. Jacqueline Fleming. You could hear the stick hit the leather. Nearby defenders from the Spartans didn't like it. Fleming hunting for the net.
And a strong forecheck turning into a chance for Jacqueline Fleming, and Markova a little slow to get up after that. But Fleming trying to create something out of nothing there.
Fleming with a great assist in the backhand behind the net last night. Shot from the point. That one goes wide. Pepler. Lorenz is there. Can't quite keep it in. Here's UBC back. Perrier with a step. Hannah Perrier. Perrier still on it. Lorenz, tons of space for El Lorenz. That one steered wide by Fawcett. Quick on it. Starting to get more comfortable. Those first period jitters after a shaky first goal. Kate Fawcett, really cool, calm and collected ever since then.
Yeah, looking very solid, and as well, this Trinity Western team doing a great job keeping those shots to the outside and to the point. And this line of Fleming, Baird, and Perrier have been so effective for head coach Graham Thomas, getting that puck down deep into the offensive zone, going to work on that forecheck, trying to wear that opposing line down. And head coach Graham Thomas said it best, really the scoring depth coming into play for them yesterday and getting it of recently, and really makes it tough against other teams. They don't know who to focus on. Usually you're wanting to really shut down Grace Elliott and Annalise Wong, and props to the Spartans yesterday were able to do that pretty successfully, but we saw it, the 4 different goal scorers coming to play here, and it makes it tough for other defenses. They don't know who to key in on, who to try to shut down. You got other players picking up the pieces and creating offense here in big games.
Here comes Giesbrecht, great carry. Presley Giesbrecht out wide. Taking off the puck, but gets it deep. Chance for Thorpe, makes a move. Thorpe taking off the puck. Both teams just trying to find any sort of open space, smothering defense from either squad. Wong drops it for Zinger. Wong has a bit of space. Elliott trying to redirect it. Approaching 5 minutes gone here in the second period. Annalise Wong. Swung in off a leg, doesn't quite make it through. Wong still there. Elliott. Wong taken down hard in the corner. Back on it. Long shift for Annalise Wong and Grace Elliott. Elliott takes a spill. Here's Boone. And she's center. Schaefer. Just trying to get off for a change right now. There it is. Tired legs. Looked like a 2-minute shift for Annalise Wong. Totally gassed. There's some pressure from the Spartans. Can they keep UBC in their own end? Trying to play perfect hockey the rest of the way.
Yeah, they just haven't gotten their forecheck going here in this second period. Has been fairly easy for UBC to get out of their zone and through the neutral zone. And you can see Trinity Western trying to get that puck in deep and get some forecheckers going. It'll be a penalty now on Trinity Western.
Baird slow to get up. You can see that collision right along the sideboards. And heading to the box, first infraction of the game. Kira Anderson taking Baird hard, kind of riding the back shoulder a little bit. Looked like she might have been slipping at the same time as contact was initiated either way. UBC, this power play, if they're able to strike, it's going to prove costly.
Yeah, yesterday 0 for 3. And toe-to-toe battle there between Anderson and Baird. And Anderson with the 2-minute penalty. And UBC now with a strong opportunity to extend their lead. And this top line out there once again might be a little bit tired, but they're going to try and create something here.
Big block for McDonald. Thorpe, spinorama. Ashton Thorpe waiting for a bit of relief. Touch pass to the point to Morris. Jalen Morris through traffic, looking for the deflection, bouncing around, fighting for it. Trinity can't get it out. Long. Once more. Elliott calling for it. Cross ice, Morris. Thrown around, redirected, right back onto the stick of Jacqueline Fleming. An assist last night, a goal scored tonight. 2-0 UBC. Jacqueline Fleming with the tally.
And her first of the playoffs, third of the season. It was a great job by Jalen Morris to find Fleming back door. A good block on that first time from Casey Dittner, but Fleming staying with that one. Able to get that on and off her stick and pass Fawcett as UBC's power play strike for their first tally of the series, making it a 2-0 lead for UBC. Jacqueline Fleming sticking with that one, slotting it past Fawcett, getting her first of the playoffs. A huge power play goal for UBC, and they'll be looking for another one now as Trinity Western taking another interference penalty.
Need to try and avoid frustration penalties like that one as Jacqueline Fleming, Markova, you could see her, a little bit of fisticuffs, face wash as she tried to dart in on the solo rush. But Fawcett down early on that first shot from Fleming, opening up the top of the cage, and she just rifled it into the top corner.
And unfortunate there is Dittner with a good block on that first attempt, but just coming right back to Fleming there, unable to block that second attempt. And you see there the physicality, Trinity Western trying to bring it, but need to stay disciplined here, and just too much on that check for Sadie Isfeld on Alona Markova, and this power play that just struck for a goal will get right back to work.
Elliott trying to walk out. Elliott going high. Fawcett, good job not biting, going down early. Gloves it. You can see some conversation. Fleming, Wong, Elliott. Elliott trying to walk out, looking for a bit of daylight.
Maybe having a little bit more space there towards the middle. Could have taken a couple more strides, but just trying to get that one on net, create some offense. And almost immediate back-to-back power play opportunities here for UBC.
Still on it. Power play one back out there for UBC. Morris, sidestep. Jalen Morris gonna shoot for the rebound, but instead goes wide. McDonald. Kieran McDonald gets it in deep. Still there. Precious seconds taken away. Here's UBC, 2-on-2 with speed. Grace Elliott, Markova trailing. Grace Elliott making a move into the corner. Resetting at the point. Here's Gaskell. Markova far side. Had a goal last night as a sneaky wrister. Went 5-hole. Ilona Markova. What does she have in her bag of tricks here? Drops it off to Zinger. Zinger on the backhand. 30 seconds left in the power play. Gaskell, she's got a cannon. Gaskell, can she step into it? One extra pass, Markova. Big block by Dintner. You can see it laboring a little bit off the stick of the young Russian.
Yeah, maybe catching Dintner a little high there.
Spills wide.
Seems to be okay though, wearing a few pucks on these past penalty kills.
Markova calling for it. You can hear the stick on the ice, demanding it. Gaskell, can she find her? Instead sends it through. Misses everything, including the net. Another chance for UBC. Held on to it for too long. Markova really would have liked that extra pass. And there's a good shot right off the stick, coming back out. Missing was Isfeld. Here's Nakarado. Forced wide. Sadie Isfeld, promising young defender. Lots of offense off her stick this year. Four goals, 9 assists, 13 points. One of the better players in Canada West. Right in on goal. Hugans is there. Baird has to be careful. Chance for Trinity through traffic, takes a bounce. Jam play. Not out of danger quite yet through traffic, glove down. They need to get one back. Here they go, Macy Kozak breakaway yesterday, offside by a hair. You could hear the anticipation of the crowd. They needed that one. Puck luck not on their side.
Man, oh man, a bad break there for the Spartans as Maisie Kozak looked to be on the break. And yeah, you see just on the change there, just not getting off quick enough, and a bad break there for the Spartans as Kozak had a breakaway yesterday, ringing it off the crossbar, and I'm sure she was wanting to make amends for that one yesterday, but unable to get that opportunity there.
If I was a gambling man, I would have reckoned that she'd be trying to go roof again.
Yeah, definitely still would have looked to beat that glove of Hugans, but
some oohs and ahs from the crowd. A little bit of a swinging motion from Boone. Didn't quite connect. Having a conversation with the official. Not sure if she might have lost her balance. Either way, bringing up a face-off. Shots 13-5. UBC not allowing the Spartans to get as deep as frequently as they did in the first period. Looking to hold out, close the door on any further scoring opportunities.
And a strong penalty kill there the second time around for the Spartans, able to kill that one off as UBC maybe just a bit too much dancing on the outside on that opportunity, but a good penalty kill turns into some momentum for the Spartans, able to get some offense going, some pressure. And unfortunately for the Spartans there, was looking like their best opportunity of the game. But have to keep pushing here in the second period, just over halfway through.
Here's the forecheck from the T-Birds. That draws an arm. Heading in to support Annalise Wong was Grace Elliott. Arm goes up. And it's going to be the Spartans heading to the box once again. UBC chance to convert for the second time tonight. Chloe Reed coming in late, takes Grace Elliott in hard. Easy call for the official who was on the doorstep.
Yeah, just that little push motion there, enough for the official to call that for two on Chloe Reed, and a few too many trips to the box here for the Spartans in this second period, giving UBC too many opportunities to extend their lead. As well, just killing time for the Spartans to try and get back into this game now, down 2. And the first power play unit looking to make it 3.
Wheels starting to come off the bus here. Grace Elliott follow the bouncing puck. Right there's Annalise Wong. Spartans just trying to kill some time in the skates. Fleming chips it around. Comes out. Wong calling for it. Into the zone. Fleming's there. Right to Morris. Snap the length of the ice. This is a crucial kill for these Spartans. One more goal surrendered, and their playoff hopes could be disappearing.
Yep, 2 goals, much more reasonable to come back than 3. Yeah, the next goal, the biggest one here, we saw it yesterday. UBC extended their lead to 3 and then 4, and really from there was theirs to lose. And the Spartans needing a huge goal here, trying to get their first of the series.
Not a strong power play so far from UBC. Spartans steering them to the outside, getting the clearances they've been looking for. Gaskell inserted on the secondary power play from the back end. Tripped up at the line, trying to make a move. Offside. And there's the call. A little bit out of sorts. This unit, makeshift line of Perrier, Baird, and Markova, not really finding their rhythm in the secondary power play unit.
And once again, a strong kill from Trinity Western. You see the miscommunication at the blue line there. And the penalty killers doing their job. A huge couple kills here in this second period, trying to give their team momentum, a little bit of boost to stay in this game.
8 seconds left in the power play. It's gone by quickly. Chloe Reed itching to get back out there. Here she comes. Seven minutes left to get one back for the Spartans. Facing a 2-0 hole, entering the third and final frame. It's going to be called icing. Back into the other end. Chances few and far between for Trinity Western. We mentioned at the end of the first, sustained pressure, maybe mixing up the complexion of this game. We asked for a little bit of aggression, dialing up that physicality, trying to get into the skin. However, a couple careless penalties leading to that 2-0 lead. Not the type of physicality that head coach Peter Hay is looking for.
Yeah, I need to stay disciplined, but still want to play hard, aggressive, and with tons of energy. And this Trinity Western team definitely taking it to this UBC team.
Anderson taking off the puck, still in. Batted down by Lear through traffic. Tricky tip. Getting a stick on it was Yackel. Sails wide.
And a good tip there. Almost redirecting it to that right spot, but maybe just hitting it a little bit upwards as well.
Both teams to change. Up to Buckley. Thrown on goal. Fawcett drops it down. Dittner. Longs up with Schaefer. Elliott's out there too. Grace Elliott. Scoreless this weekend. Can she get going? Schaefer walking off the boards. Wong has a look. Fawcett square to it. Good rotation from Fawcett, taking away the angle from Annalise Wong.
And a fantastic forecheck there from Schaefer, and Wong creates to a scoring opportunity. Vanessa Schaefer finding that little bit of space there. Annalise Wong, you can see wanting that one in the slot and just had to corral it a little bit. A good strong shot by the UBC captain as head coach Graham Thomas gets that top line out there to try and get things going after the power plays.
Giesbrecht with speed. In deep. Kozak. We saw her impressive shot yesterday, an inch away from another breakaway today. Traffic in front. Dittner walking the line. There it goes. Snapped around, still not out. Nakarado. This is the Spartans offense we've been waiting for. Elliott's back on it. Grace Elliott searching for it, and that's going to be a call. Elliott into the zone, the elbow coming up, hitting Dittner in the jaw. Grace Elliott trying to make a centering move on the 3-on-2. And for Trinity, This is when you have to make it happen. If not now, then when? You see Elliott coming in. A little bit of inadvertent contact, but still, contact to the head is always going to attract an official. Grace Elliott going to sit for 2. She'd like to have that one back. Not necessary in an elimination game. You're up 2. Either way for Trinity, chance to get back in it. A golden opportunity in the tail end of the second period.
Yeah, just needs to hold up a little bit there on that check. Kind of driving through Dittner there, and yeah, another huge power play to end the period here for Trinity Western. Had one at the end of the first period, unable to capitalize on it, and a huge, huge opportunity here to try and cut this lead down in half.
Boom, there it is. Hugans, no rebound. Had she dropped it, Olivia Lear would have been there to smack it back into the cage. Need to create a little bit more commotion. And Boone, not a lot of space to work with, no choice but to elevate the puck.
And that one maybe getting tipped there as, yeah, Ella Boone, I'm sure, trying to keep that puck a little bit lower there to try and get a tip or two. Make it a little bit harder for Hugans to see at eye level. That shot at eye level there for Hugans to grab onto.
Boone out there with Isfeld, Sadie Isfeld. Trying to step into it, off a stick high. Fleming's there, Boone keeps it in, great keep. Isfeld steps into it, big save, Elise Hugans.
And a rocket from Isfeld there, but a strong pad save from Hugans.
Still in deep, Isfeld, she's there. Stopping on a dime, touched up. Isfeld, we've seen that cannon once, will we see it again? With Boone, Boone through traffic, blocked down, didn't have much of an angle. Pepler can't get it out. Anderson's up against the glass. Less than a minute left in this power play. And here's a breakout opportunity. Cassidy Rhodes with speed, Isfeld's there. And Isfeld just bowls over Rhodes, who to the aid of Isfeld. Rhodes did turn the back, who was trying to play the puck. Either way, that's going to neutralize the power play. You're going to have 46 seconds of 4-on-4.
And you can see Sadie Isfeld disagreeing with that one there, but not much you can do if you're the Trinity Western defender. Cassidy Rhodes, yeah, maybe a little bit more behind her. Knocking Cassidy Rhodes down there, try to make him that spinorama move. And Isfeld having a strong power play there, takes a penalty, taking her team off the power play, and 46 seconds of 4-on-4 action now. As, yeah, what looked like the strongest power play of the game for Trinity Western turns into what will be eventually a UBC power play.
You know, when Elliott's out of the box, she ain't going to the bench, going straight to the front of the net. More than a minute and change left to work with. Chip play goes wide. And O'Carmen's out there. Brown product, steady veteran on this team. Highlight reel goal to end the regular season. Looking for another Canada West championship. Has not won one last year, her first year with the team, losing to Alberta. Wants it back this year. Dropped off from the point. No rebound. Carmen snapping that back in. 9 seconds from regaining the support of Grace Elliott.
Yeah, and head coach Graham Thomas will get his 4 out there that he wants with Elliott. And a strong shot there from Carmen, getting the whistle. And an offensive zone draw here for Fleming to try and win and gain possession, get their power play going for just over a minute. And special teams really coming into play here in this second period with quite a few penalties as the intensity in this game continues to ramp up.
Elliott back on the ice, minute 10 on the power play, 2:40 left in the second. Grace Elliott, fresh legs. Annalise Wong up ice with speed. Wong and Elliott, time and time again. Certainly going to hear it more this postseason. This duo looking to do damage. Elliott walking out. Elliott centering his feet, big save. Fawcett, grand larceny at the dog.
What a nifty little play there from Elliott. Usually the one finishing off those plays, but a nice little saucer to Annalise Wong for the one-time opportunity, but a beautiful pad save there from Fawcett.
Dare I say a season-saving save.
Definitely could be the case as time winds down here in the second, keeping this lead at 2.
Things going from bad to worse here on the breakout. UBC tripped up at the blue line, sticking the skates. Wrong place, wrong time as Maisie Kozak's going to sit next to Sadie Isfeld for 23 seconds of 5-on-3.
And an errant stick there of Kozak trying to make the stick check on Wong. And now the 5th penalty taken by these Spartans and head coach Peter Hay.
UBC Thunderbirds.
Gonna talk to his team here on this 5-on-3 and timeout by the Thunderbirds to talk this over. 23 seconds of 5-on-3, and then we'll have just over 1:30 of power play time, 5-on-4. Finishing this period off, trying to extend their lead to 3. And Trinity Western penalty killers have had a lot to do in this second period. Props to them, only allowing 1 goal so far, but really feels like this is going to be the biggest minute 53 so far of this game.
And you can see an animated head coach Peter Hay saying, this is the game right here. Another goal would be all the insurance UBC would highly likely need to ice not just this game, but the entire series itself. And for Trinity, need to find some sort of rallying point. Can you get a big kill entering the third period? Prove to yourself you can silence UBC. And take a look at this save. Annalise Wong, look at that right pad kick out from Kate Fawcett.
Yeah, beautiful save there. Fantastic from Fawcett, and a great play made by the top 2 scorers in the Canada West.
Grace Elliott walking out. Grace Elliott, traffic. That's going to get out. A crucial block for these Spartans. Elliott had tons of daylight to work with.
Yeah, tons of time and space there. The one opportunity on the 5-on-3 now. Isfeld out the box.
Long walking out. Rebound comes to Fleming. And a perfect clear from these Spartans. Defense up to the task so far.
And you can see Elliott hungry to try and get that first goal of the playoffs.
Elliott into the boards, first on it. Takes a deflection. That one's gonna get out. About 8 seconds separating game clock in this penalty. Markova's gonna tip it up, trying to get it in deep. Markova still on it. Wide open. Saw Gaskell open on the other side, just didn't get the puck. You know where Markova likes it. Here she is in her office. Markova, she scores! Hello to Markova with her second of the weekend. The assassin strikes again here at the Doug.
And what a shot from Markova. Might want to see that one again. Not sure if it was Rhodes or the Spartans defender that got a stick on that one. But another fantastic shot from Markova. And I think maybe Rhodes getting a stick on that one. The tip from number 74 as Markova getting that one atop of the left side of the zone there. A great little pullback move to change the angle. And a nice hard shot with traffic in front. And the tip from Rhodes beating Fawcett in a huge power play goal to end this second period. And UBC up now 3-0 heading into the third period.
Weren't able to convert on the 5-on-3, but they did on the 5-on-4 as time's going to expire here in the second. A huge comeback trail that Trinity Western has only 20 minutes to complete. The UBC men almost did just that in 10 minutes last night as we were talking about the break. But for Trinity, season on the line, they need to find some fight. They need something to rally around. Not a lot of time to do it.
Yeah, most definitely got to have a quick turnaround here in these next 16 minutes heading into the third period. Need to rally the troops. Have had the opportunities, have stuck with UBC for most part of the game. That second period, they're really affected by the penalties and the outcome of those power plays for UBC. 2 power play goals in that second period. But yeah, just got to get one here if you're Trinity Western. Maybe feeling a little bit unlucky throughout this series, but just got to get one here to get things going, rally the troops, and get some momentum on your side. It's going to be a fiery third period here in Trinity Western with their season on the line. Got to leave everything out there.
Fiery third period indeed. You can see a few Spartans still on the bench having some conversations. Season on the line. It's now or never for Trinity Western. Don't go anywhere. Canada West playoffs elimination game here for the Spartans against the T-Birds, up 3-0. We'll catch you in about 15 minutes on Canada West TV.
At the time that is scheduled, just because of how variable everything is, but we are underway right at 7:30 Pacific time inside War Memorial Gym, and Reeve Gingerra. Shapurik unable to put it down. Now Gingerra firing it. What a play by Olsen, the one-handed dig, and then it leads to a Shapurik kill. Quick set to the outside. Cole Shapurik puts it down. Pratt serve, very nearly an ace. Just barely kept alive there by the Dinos, and he now flies in from the back row. 5 kills. Attacks this time. Godwin nearly stuffed at the net. Now he'll try and back up and swing. Greaves, Gingerra, tight quarters, and Brown is able. Now on the near side, Borowski, great play by Godwin to get in front of that one. Now Pratt again for the back row, and Luke Nodwell with his second block of the match, and that'll force a UBC timeout.
The Dinos are doing a really good job right now, staying disciplined on the block and, not guessing too.
The first set here tonight. Now up over the middle, and Kieran Robinson Dunning doesn't need. And that'll be an ace. The Thunderbirds. Tough one to handle. Free ball for UBC. Greaves, Emery. Tic-tac-toe. Greaves pushes it. Pratt, triple block, kept alive. Greaves heads up play to just hit it across after it hit 2 T-Birds. Borowski blocked. And the Dinos take the opening set. Cole Shapurik with the decisive play. Brown up to the outside. Godwin trying that cross-court shot, handled by Pratt, but then Nodwell rising high along block. Greaves to Robinson Dunning, dug out by Godwin. Cole Shapurik is blocked. Robinson Dunning sliding all across. That bump from Brown goes all the way to the other side, somehow kept alive by the Dinos. They'll now have a chance to set up an attack. Flying in for the back row. What a dig by Gingerra. Borowski now, well handled by Kay. Now Godwin sent backwards. And that will be somehow not an ace. Greaves, the patience to put it over, but then Cole Shapurik. Brown flying in, Eric Godwin. The Dinos. What a play there by Dawson Pratt on the reception, and then Gingerra off the hands. How big could that point be? Borowski can't take a swing, gives up the free ball. Brown fakes out that he was going to take the swing himself. What a great play. Mason Greaves at the line. And that'll be the first ace of the match for UBC. Ocampo's reception goes too long, and Godwin takes full advantage. Third. Brown. K. Every kill begins with K right now for the Diamond. With the serve, Olsen handles that one cleanly, and then Kolshapurik is rejected at the net. UBC back up by 3. Pratt with the serve. Again, so close to the tape, and Brown will get credit for the kill. And Ginchera, a powerful swing. Olsen receives it. Brown, Alex Emery, return to sender. And UBC takes a 2-1 lead. Receive, but a free ball for Calgary. Brown right up at the net, over the middle. Pancake play by Mason Greaves. Now Pratt fires. Kolshapurik puts it down. The Thunderbirds scramble. Greaves sets it up for Pratt on the outside, off the chest of Brown. Pratt climbs right back up. The second effort. Greaves races over to get that one. Borowski has to just tap it over the net. Chance here for Godwin. And Pratt gets it down. A rare ace. Dawson Pratt with Greaves goes for it himself. Ball touching the ceiling. Back to Calgary. Godwin, tip attack. Pratt is there. Emery bats it across. A third opportunity for the Dinos. Kolshapurik. Borowski with the save. K puts it down. Point. Brown. Godwin rejected. Mason Greaves and Robinson Dunning on the scene. The Thunderbirds are given all they can handle by the Dinos. But the Canada West Final will be played in Vancouver next weekend as the Thunderbirds host. Wolfie came out strong in the first set and took the second yesterday, hoping to have a similarly strong start here tonight as Borowski tries once again, and again that block doing some damage for the Cascades, and T-Birds just barely able to get the point right there.
Middle, leaving Borowski one-on-one on the outside.
Talia Atia going for that cross-court shot that worked so well yesterday. That was very nearly a fatal miscommunication by the T-Birds. Now the ball hanging right over the net, going back and forth. Atia once again. And UBC in the right spot. Barbulovic-Nad can't put it down. Now Glanville from the attack line. Hudson is there. Feist off the hands. Both teams with them. Some strong pressure at the net defensively. Glanville cross court. Again, the ball just hanging in the air. Yet another opportunity for UBC to swing. Glanville maybe wasn't quite ready for that one. And Borowski can't get it down either. What a rally between these two teams, and it's ended with the quick set over the middle. That serve handled cleanly by Lee over the middle. Lenarchik. Nearly a collision between a couple of Cascades. Now back row attack, Borowski. Unger helped take the heat off that one. Back row from Talia Atia. And she shows her power on that. Amy Skinner, who has shown it throughout this season when she's been healthy.
For sure, and we talked about this a little bit in their UBCO match, and just bringing Skinner off the bench and being able to trust her no matter what to put the ball away.
And that is how the set will end. The Thunderbirds really dominated that first set, but then past that, it was very, very tight between the two teams as the Dinos got their feet under them, and Cascades trying to do the same here. That'll help. Talia Atia. Borowski now with the serve. Talia Atia is very nearly able to get the kill, and perhaps that one could have been left for a Cascades point.
The defenders of the Cascades and was able to put it in an area that they just weren't.
Lauren Attia is able to pop that one over following some defensive pressure. Borowski cross court, easily handled by Hudson. Now Talia Attia off the hands of the block, and Lauren Attia now still UBC set point. Robert Shaw, back set. Borowski with authority. Fisher bumps it up for Feist, sent back. Talia Attia at the line. Flips the tape on the serve. Now Borowski sent back. Bitter serve, well handled there. Now it's Glanville going cross court. We'll need some contributions from everyone to try and get themselves back on level footing here in the third. Free ball given up by UBC. Bitter, Talia Attia puts it down once again, number 13 for her. Campbell, Borowski, off the hands and down. The UBC Thunderbirds win in straight sets here tonight.
Now back the other way. Stepping in is Roulette with space and just misses on the blocker side. A 3-on-2 for UBC. Kotai has Kindred go to the net. There's the pass to Williams. A one-timer stopped by Meyer. And he'll hang on for a face-off.
Stick for a good attempt on Meyer.
Weaving through is Keeler, and he's turned back. Played to the point, kept in. Kozer steps in with a shot. That just misses. Now off the end boards. Roulette pots it home. The Huskies open the scoring here in the second period on the power play.
In this playoffs, Connor Roulette continuing his fantastic form and getting that bounce.
Saraglio stepping in with a shot blocked, and he'll keep it in the zone. Reinhardt, stretch pass ahead. Petruik has Roulette with him. Petruik shoots, stopped, the rebound. Roulette scores! Connor Roulette! Second goal of the game. UBC pressing for a goal here in the third period. And a 2-on-1 shaping up for the Huskies. A shot there, and they score! Ethan Renier takes it himself, looks off the passing option. Jake Lee reverses for Mutala. Up for Chris Douglas. He weaves through. Douglas to his backhand, to his forehand. He scores! What an absolute beauty from Chris Douglas. And the UBC captain has put his team on the board. 3-1 here for the Huskies.
And we've seen that a couple times from the captain, Chris Douglas. And you can see him motion to the bench. Let's go, boys. What a move, Chris Douglas. If that doesn't get you going, I don't know what will.
Bouncing puck. Douglas trying to settle it. Jake Lee tries a shot towards the net. Bouncing puck. He scores! The Huskies are contending that it was gloved in as Atkinson was causing traffic, but it bounces off Atkinson and into the net. And just like that, the Thunderbirds are within a goal here late in the third period.
And able to win that puck battle, Jake Lee.
Williams stepping to the point, will pass off to Saraglio. Down for Ty Thorpe. To the point, Williams. Over to Mutala, cross seam. There's the shot. Thorpe. Oh, what a save! Oh my goodness, absolute robbery from Meyer as Saraglio steps down, gets to the loose puck, and Meyer gets across to get the glove on it. Oh, unbelievable.
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord, what a save. Nolan Meyer. Alex Saraglio cannot believe it.
Time to do that, and that shot blocked. Puck played to the point. Mutala has to get a shot. That's blocked by Holt. And the Huskies will hold on. A miraculous late game save with the extra attacker out from Meyer solidifies the victory.
Fans.
Closing time here at the Doug. 3-0 lead for these UBC T-Birds against the visiting Trinity Western Spartans. Back against the wall for TWU. Need to find something to rally around quick. Both power play goals in that second period. 5 power play opportunities for UBC. Way too many extra opportunities in that second. Frustration starting to boil over in some careless penalties.
Yeah, most definitely, as we see the 3 UBC goals here that have led to their 3-goal lead. Jacqueline Fleming on the power play there. And then the third one from Cassidy Rhodes, a tip off of the Ilona Markova shot. A great shot there, changing the angle, getting through the traffic. Cassidy Rhodes getting a stick on that one. But yeah, you can see the whole Trinity Western bench out there already with conversations with head coach Peter Hay and assistants trying to get ready for this third period. And yeah, got to stay out of the box. A huge #1 key for this third period, and then need to throw everything that you can out there on the ice at this UBC squad, who's probably just going to try and keep it at bay here. Want to keep this 3-goal lead, but don't want to let off the gas at all against a Trinity Western team that is going to be coming full throttle in this third period. 20 shots, 23-9 for UBC. Going to need to see a lot more shots from this Spartans team in the third period if they want to get back into this game.
UBC right around that 1 out of every 5 opportunities converted on the power play percentage, best in Canada West in the regular season. But with 5 opportunities, cashing in on 2, 40% conversion. Too much time and space for the top-ranked team in Canada West. And for the Spartans, we've talked about some aggression. We've talked about sustained pressure. Just need to mix up how they're approaching this game. And they have to leave it all out there, because if they don't, their season ends tonight.
Yeah, most definitely need to have that in the back of your mind with every shift you play these next 20 minutes. And really need something from that top 6 if you're head coach Peter Hay and Kira McDonald, Chloe Reed, Kaylee Ledoux, Olivia Lear, Kira Anderson, and Kara Yackel, the captain, trying to lead her team here in this third period. And like we've been saying all night long, Kira McDonald kept off the score sheet all playoffs. She has to be due here for one to try and get her team going in this third period.
McDonald been searching for her offense. You can see UBC's defenders really keying in on her, first forcing her to the outside. Macy Kosak, a near miss on the offside call, almost had a second breakaway opportunity of this weekend. Sadie Isfeld has shown her offensive prowess, a heavy shot. She'd like to get involved. UBC going to try and slam the door shut. A little bit complacent in the third last night. Can they put a ribbon on this game, hoping to advance to another Canada West Championship round?
And second game in the 2 straight days. Conditioning will definitely come into play here. Who's willing to give that extra inch, go that extra mile here in this third period?
Thorpe fanning on it. Still in here for UBC. Every second counts for the Spartans. McDonald, some space to work with. Ledoux's up there as well, going to the net with speed. Coley Reed's there. Isfeld. She's going to have to throw everything on goal. She's looking for it. Ledoux through traffic in a pair of pants, and Hugans, right as the puck hit the ice, she was waiting for it. Jumped on it like a cat in a mouse trap. No rebound opportunity.
Yeah, hard to find in the traffic there, but exactly what you want if you're Trinity Western. Create some open space there as Kaylee Ledoux trying to get that through the traffic. Chloe Reed in a battle with Presley Zinger in front of Hugans. Unable to get that one through, but need to continue chances like that.
Had to be careful. Isfeld on her backhand. UBC reclaims possession. Markova with speed into the corner. Originally called the goal scorer on that third goal, but rightly given to Cassidy Rhodes. A great tip. Almost like a thing of artistry on that secondary power play unit. You know, they try to get it to her forehand, give her some space, and it worked there.
Yeah, and that second power play unit hadn't been looking as threatening throughout this game, and it's a huge thing for Graham Thomas to go to if he's able. Have both his units going, and we see the effectiveness that this power play is able to convert with.
Coleman walking the line. Off a leg, Hugans, great job, got down early into the butterfly, took a tough bounce, but she denied that opportunity. Markova calling for it. Well, through the legs, move into traffic. Here come the Spartans, 2-on-2. Off a skate, Hugans right there. And you can see the changed game plan for these Spartans. Everything going to the net. Doesn't matter how far away a skater or an attacker might be. Everything's going towards Elise Hugans.
Yeah, exactly what you need. Great effort from Trinity Western so far in this third period, having that attack. You see Maisie Kozak in a battle with Zinger in front, getting a stick on that one, almost getting it past Hugans, and then that chance there off the skate of Pepler. And exactly what you need to do, just continue to get that puck towards Hugans. Could take an odd bounce or two. But a good start here to this third period for Trinity Western. Need to continue to push.
Lorenz. Pepler up ice. Perrier on the forecheck.
And you can see UBC playing that soft 1-2-2 forecheck, making sure that they don't overcommit in the offensive zone on the forecheck, making sure they have 1 to 2 forwards back to support their defenders on the back check. Great discipline and strategy by this UBC team to stick with their game plan here in the third.
We talked about that conditioning, still looking very energized here. They know that they're 15 minutes and change away from another Canada West Championship berth. Elise Hugans working on back-to-back shutouts, potentially her 8th combined between the regular and postseasons. Isfeld with speed, makes a move. Sadie Isfeld out wide. There's that puck direction to the net that we were talking about. Just trying to get a stick on it. Zinger, bit of flair of her own right in her skates. Presley Zinger. Gonna cycle it down, Buckley. Calling for it. UBC's there, just gets out. Schaefer on the wing. Carmen at the point. Elliott, big backhand. Kate Fawcett, great save. Elliott, point blank.
And a strong backhand attempt there from Elliott. And a strong glove save from Fawcett, keeping this within 3.
Long on the boards. Elliott, she's had her chances this weekend. Occasionally a little bit high on the shot, but faced some great goaltending, denying her of her first postseason goal this year. Applying a bit of pressure here on the forecheck. Lorenz is back. Costly turnover. A little bit high on the snapshot. It comes out 2-on-1. UBC, chance to seal the deal. One-time opportunity. Fawcett's there, but not out of danger quite yet. Thorpe trying to get it through. UBC with a golden chance to put this one to bed.
And Sandilands maybe just fading a little bit too far away from the net there, giving Fawcett a chance to take away that angle. But a good chance there for UBC, as they're going to probably get a few of those as Trinity Western try and commit more players to the rush.
Baird, 3-on-2. As Carmen has a trailer, she peels back. Mia Baird on the wraparound. Looking for the extra pass, still has it. Here's Perrier in the corner. Right there, kept alive for UBC. Boone's there. Perrier and Baird doing the necessaries. Some good grunt work in the corner.
Yeah, this veteran group knows exactly what they need to do here in this third period. So wear this Trinity Western team down, keep them as far away from their net as they can, and kill this time off with good passing and forechecking.
Perrier, strong puck side support in a couple skates. UBC gets a change off. Pepler's out there. Carmen to the bench. Full line change, fresh legs. Pepler first on it. Gaskell. That one came right back out. Lear right there. Coming in out of nowhere. McDonald actually most dangerous skater on the ice for the Spartans. Just had to kind of corral the bouncing puck, but Hugans, good rotation.
Yeah, things getting a little hairy around the UBC net there as a lively bounce towards Chloe Reed. On the left side of the net there, tries to center for Kieran McDonald, who just can't get enough on that shot there. And a sloppy clearance from UBC in the defensive zone turns to a Trinity Western chance.
Healy on goal. Fawcett, easy glove save. Buckley in the middle of it as per usual. Not needed right now. Reminding Trinity Western that they're down 3-0, but this Spartans team, not without its own dose of firepower, still a chance to come back.
And a smart play there from Healy, just getting that one on net, get an offensive zone face-off.
Here's the breakout. Spartans, do they have magic in their bag of tricks? Hugans steers it to the boards. Arm up there, penalty drawn. 5 penalties taken in that crucial second period that really put this one ahead for UBC. In the first of the third period, gonna sit for 2, Olivia Lear.
Yeah, you can see she's quite frustrated with the call there. Just tries to make a strong stick check on a UBC player, knocking the stick out of her hands. And called for 2 minutes for slashing. And yeah, it really was the catalyst to that UBC second period. 2 power play goals to extend their lead to 3, and now their 6th opportunity of the game. And really what could be the nail in the coffin for this series for UBC if they're able to capitalize on this chance.
Morris, Thorpe, Wong, Fleming, Elliott. Top unit here for the top-ranked team in the nation. Elliott backhand, rebound opportunity, scramble play still with UBC. Elliott took a tumble back to the front of the crease, providing the screen. Thorpe has room to work, claps it through. Elliott trying to find Fleming. Morris, one more to Elliott. Elliott walking out. Elliott on the backhand, extra pass. Big block, Dittner. Elliott very unselfish tonight, trying to get her teammates involved. Thorpe to Wong. Tough to retrieve on the forehand. Elliott gonna walk out, lulling the defense to sleep. Reversal. Morris through traffic, hits her own teammate, can't keep it in. Ashton Thorpe couldn't get out of the way.
And great job by Trinity Western cutting off all those shooting lanes, forcing UBC to try and make one or two extra passes, but making sure that they don't get a great look towards Fawcett. And now an offensive zone draw for the Spartans, shorthanded.
You see Elliott makes a nice move, that extra pass. Not much to look at, getting down on one leg was Dittner.
And yeah, it's got to be the fourth or fifth block shot for Casey Dittner in this game alone. Doing a great job on the defensive end, getting in those shooting lanes. Those little things that matter so much in the playoffs.
Shot total could be much higher. Kate Fawcett, she's been strong tonight. Can't really blame her for any that have gotten past her. A tip, a seeing eye, a wrister. But her defense has really tried to help her out with these blocks.
Yeah, they've been very solid in the defensive end. It's been a strong performance from the UBC power play as well. But just once again, cannot seem to get the monkey off their back in the offensive zone.
Right there, Olivia Lear. Again, those are the turnovers I think Graham Thomas was talking about post-game yesterday. Complacency starting to seep in, tired legs for UBC. Trinity Western, of course, playing during that Olympic break. They had to win that quarterfinal matchup against Calgary. UBC a bit lackadaisical with the puck in the back end of this third period.
Yeah, need to avoid that, especially heading into some big games possibly next weekend. And UBC gonna want to try and finish this one out strong. Have lots of clean, confident plays.
Here's Rhodes in on goal. Rhodes taking off the puck. Feisty play for it. Walking out. Great move, Sandilands. Took it off the boards and rifled it from the slot. Desperate times for these Spartans. Like you said, going to start adding that extra attacker into the rush. Have to start gambling.
Yeah, definitely going to start taking some risks here. Need to get that first one here quickly.
That puck doesn't touch anyone. Called back for icing. 8 minutes, 46 seconds away from a great year for head coach Peter Hay and his squad coming to a close. First program series win, a quarterfinal defeat of Calgary, a big sweep of the second team in the East Division of Canada West. Lots to build upon going forward. Last year didn't get past that round. Have to tip your cap to them no matter how this game ends.
Yeah, most definitely, and have stuck with UBC all series long, just having that offensive edge. Just that extra little bit of star power and depth is UBC, and we've seen it on display here. And it'll be something that I'm sure the Spartans will look to address heading into next year. But right now need some of their stars as well to try and get them back in this game. And you said it, we saw the UBC men's team almost come back from a 3-goal lead in just 10 minutes yesterday, and you can't count any team out in the Canada West here. Trinity Western going to be pushing all the way until the end.
Singer taking off the puck. McDonald, chance to walk out. McDonald, puck on top of the net, spills over. McDonald, how many times has she been robbed of a goal this weekend? Lear's there, centering ice pass. Great opportunity, wide open in front, just couldn't finish. Coming right in was McDonald. Hugans did not see her coming in as the trailer, as the puck spilled right out into the slot. Wide open cage, just missed by Kira McDonald.
And she's got to feel snake bitten at this point. A wide open opportunity there for McDonald, and not sure how she didn't get that one past the blocker of Hugans, but number 35 somehow keeping that one out.
Kozak and Nakarado out there, walking into it. Coleman to Isfeld, fires it through traffic, just missing the far post. Thought that puck had a nose for the net. Here come these Spartans, still on it. Energy in their game. Can they get one back? This team showing exactly why they are on the rise in Canada West, earning every single one of their victories this year. Fighting for it. Here's some calls from the bench, few sticks in the back. No calls quite yet. Puck stuck in a couple skates. Wedged up against the boards. We're going to have a face-off in the zone to Fawcett's right, but Kira McDonald would love to have another look at that. That's not a shot she misses twice.
Yeah, and it was a great shift there from that top line of McDonald, Reed, and Ledoux. As wide open in front, both defenders getting caught behind the net there, and in the feet of Chloe Reed, Kira McDonald pulls that one out, and a great save by Hugans, keeping this lead at 3. And again, once again, just a little bit of sloppy defensive play from UBC that Trinity Western aren't able to capitalize on. And you got to think they're going to look back at the chances they had.
Fleming fighting for it with Coleman. Coleman trying to muscle it in. Gets into the zone the hard way. Here's Baird. Baird trying to skate this one out. UBC just trying to kill clock at this point.
Yeah, it's been a fairly clinical third period for this UBC group on how to play with a big lead. Have been great in their structure, kept their shape on their forecheck in the defensive zone for the most part, and have done a great job keeping that puck in the offensive zone on the forecheck. And yeah, I've not given Trinity Western much to work with here in this third to try and come back here, down 3. And a veteran group in this UBC squad that knows exactly what it takes to win Canada West championships.
4 different goal scorers yesterday, 3 different goal scorers today. Morris, the only multi-goal scorer of the weekend with goals in back-to-back games. A 2-point game tonight. Goal and an assist for Jalen Morris. Markova fighting for it. Trinity, less than 5 minutes away from their season coming to a close, hunting for a miracle. Do these Spartans have anything left in the tank? They've had their chances like you've mentioned. We'll see what they can muster. Isfeld through traffic, blocked down. McDonald keeps it in.
And once again, this top line of McDonald, Reed, and Ledoux doing a great job in this third period, creating pressure and offensive chances.
Isfeld, wide open cage. Can't get it through traffic. UBC saw the scramble, completely collapsed. Wong just going to catch a breath right here. Trinity going to go off for a change. A couple bounces one way or another. This weekend could have gone differently for these Spartans.
Yeah, most definitely in that. Sometimes that's playoff hockey. A bounce or two of the puck going your way can be the result. And yeah, this Trinity Western team has had the jump, had the offense. We've seen it throughout these past 2 games, but just that execution has been on the favor of the Thunderbirds.
Coleman makes a move. Chase Coleman. Defenders trying to step into the rush. Give an extra look for this Spartans team. Nacarado touches it deep. There's that centering ice feed once again. Hugans, when called upon throughout this weekend, Elise Hugans has been so calm, so ready for this moment. 5 years of steady postseason action for Elise Hugans, one of the most tested netminders over the past 5 years, of course, showing exactly why she leads the conference all time in wins and just looks really ready to make a run at a national championship.
Yeah, and we can talk about all the stats and accolades, but really what it boils down to is, can you make the stop when it matters most? And we saw yesterday in the men's hockey game between UBC and Saskatchewan, Nolan Meyer making a fantastic save yesterday when it mattered most, and you can definitely say that about Elise Hugans as well, making the big time saves when she needs to, and has done nothing but great things for her team throughout this season and throughout these past 2 games. Yeah, steady as a rock, an absolute brick wall between the pipes for UBC this series.
Something that come next weekend, puck drop to be announced on Friday evening here at the Doug. We await the victor of Manitoba, Mount Royal tomorrow afternoon. The winner going to come out here for a big matchup against UBC. Manitoba lost in a shootout, but got swept on the weekend against UBC, lost 3-2 in one of those shootouts. But Mount Royal, should they emerge, picked up 1 win against UBC in regulation. So either way, 2 teams that have proven they can take UBC to the brink.
Yeah, most definitely, and we'll be getting a UBC penalty here to finish it off as Mia Baird gets the holding penalty, as we're starting to see some more extracurriculars before and after the whistle during the play. And here UBC want to try and finish this off in style, as head coach Peter Hay will take his timeout. As power play chance here. 2:12 left. Maybe thinking about pulling Fawcett out of the net as a kind of final chance effort here to throw everything he can at the net. As yeah, it looks like Fawcett will be stepping off the ice, so we'll be 6-on-4 for 2 minutes. See if Trinity Western can somehow get back into this game, but it's going to take a magical effort from this Spartans team, as have not been able to capitalize on the power play either, and you'll have some veteran players out there for head coach Graham Thomas trying to close it out.
Herculean effort required indeed. 6-on-4, like you said. Can you get one back in that first minute of this power play?
Yep.
And then go into absolute desperation mode in the final 72 seconds after that? Have to imagine someone like McDonald just wants one more opportunity to make amends for a weekend where, like you said, it's just been a little bit snake bitten, not a lot of puck luck. Here's McDonald on the wing, thrown on goal, great save. Hugans, big pad save once again. Elise Hugans thwarting these Spartans, every opportunity on the doorstep.
Yeah, it's been very impressive how she's been able to track these pucks in the traffic. Didn't even see that one get through, and Hugans able to stay with that one, making some great pad saves here late in the third period.
Isfeld and Giesbrecht. Isfeld wants it. She gets it. She fires and scores. The shutout streak broken. We called it. Can Trinity get one within the first minute of the power play? Indeed they do. Sadie Isfeld with a cannon from the point.
And her first of the playoffs. Trinity Western finally get one past Elise Hugans, and we saw it earlier from Sadie Isfeld. What a rocket, beating the glove of Hugans through the traffic. And Trinity Western finally able to get one on the board here. A huge boost for them. Could it be too little, too late? We do not know. A minute 36 left. And gotta believe Kate Fawcett will be coming out of that net fairly quickly, as Trinity Western, you said it, will make one last desperate push here. And it'll be an icing call, and Kate Fawcett will head to the bench, get that extra attacker out.
Stars starting to align for a mini comeback, if you will. You get the icing. Fawcett was unable to start skating off, but a great chance and a mistake from UBC on the wrong side of center.
And got your top players out there for head coach Peter Hay.
Isfeld, you know she wants it. McDonald walks out. Hugans, no rebound. Has to be perfect the rest of the way. She was right there.
Tons of time and space there for Kira McDonald in what would have been a massive goal had she gotten that one past Hugans, but great instincts there coming out off the boards. High slot area and a dangerous shooting opportunity for Kira McDonald.
Isfeld, it's interesting. They have her playing the forehand after getting a one-timer. UBC going to try and take it into the boards. Less than 60 seconds left in this one. Jalen Morris has it. Chance to clear. Going to skate it out. Jalen Morris over center. She gets it the length of the way. And here's the turnover. Off come the Spartans. Yackel. Have to get it on net. Diving to block is Thorpe. Crucial play. And that's going to get out once more. 30 seconds left. Isfeld. Top ice. Olivia Lear. Searching for it. Isfeld through traffic again. Big time block. Elliott, chance to clear. Deflection going to soar into the crowd. Have to commend the desperation from these Spartans, fighting till the bitter end. And they've proven, come next year, this is not a team you want to face.
Yeah, most definitely a very pesky team. And yeah, I've been pushing all game long. Finally able to get one on the board. Sadie Isfeld, her third point of the playoffs. And yeah, really have fought all the way tooth and nail to the end here.
And Sadie Isfeld, a huge bright spot for this team. Gonna have some natural transition. McDonald set to depart, turn pro, of course, but Isfeld very reminiscent in my mind of Jalen Morris, who also had a goal today. So a couple blue liners contributing, but UBC off to the Canada West Championship, where they await the victor of Manitoba and Mount Royal. 6th straight trip to the final, and of course 4 championships in the past 5. Can they reclaim what was lost last year? Tip our cap to these Spartans. What a weekend of hockey.
Yeah, fantastic series between these two. An incredible effort from this UBC squad. A veteran Game 2 effort from them as they're able to hold off the Spartans. And yeah, tip of the cap to a great effort from Trinity Western. Their first ever playoff series win in program history last weekend against Calgary, coming here against the #1 team in the whole country in the Thunderbirds, and put up a great effort. Really stuck with this UBC team throughout these 2 games. The 4-0 and 3-1 goal lines won't show that, but they really gave it everything they had put up against this UBC team that really had been taking down everyone in the Canada West. But yeah, it was a real clinical effort from this UBC group here in Game 2, able to capitalize on the power play when Trinity Western gave them those opportunities. You can see the respect there between those 2 goaltenders, and Elise Hugans and Kate Fawcett, who both played tremendously through the 2 games. But yeah, it was just UBC shutting it down in that third period and the second period of power play goals that catapulted them here to the Game 2 win and a series sweep against their crosstown rivals, the Trinity Western Spartans.
Spartans 6 regular season tilts against UBC, 2 in the postseason, and they've come so close, and they came close this entire weekend. Had they been able to strike first in a couple of these back-to-back games, they would be right in the middle of it. And come next year, this is the team that I'm going to be really excited to watch.
Yeah, most definitely in that Western Division. It's been a great story between these two. The 6 games played, very close in all of them, and heading into this matchup, I think we both knew that it was definitely going to be a tightly contested affair. No love lost between these two, but we just know that the pedigree that this UBC team play with, the expectations they have in that locker room, it was going to take a lot for Trinity Western to defeat this UBC team that seems pretty set on getting back to this Canada West final, and we'll get back to the Nationals to try and do what they haven't done before and take that coveted trophy home here as we see the 3 goals that got it done here for UBC. Jalen Morris, really the star of the weekend for UBC.
We said it, 9 regular season goals. Jalen Morris, as she steps in, makes a couple great passes. Jacqueline Fleming, the secondary contributions this weekend as well. You had the star power with Jalen Morris, but a full lineup helping UBC get back to the finals.
Yeah, and Annalise Wong and Grace Elliott being kept out of the goals category this weekend was definitely not on my bingo card, but extremely impressive of this UBC group to be able to put up 7 goals and not one of them scored by the top 2 point getters in all of the Canada West, and just shows that this group is ready to take on whoever they face, whether it's Mount Royal or Manitoba. They're going to come at you with a full effort, top to bottom, offense, defense, and goaltending. It's going to be a really exciting thing to see come next weekend.
I like that you drew attention to that because you talk about the departure of Shanry Bassey, Mackenzie Kordick entering this year. Start of the season, they didn't really know where that extra offense was going to come from, but here it is in full flight.
Yeah, most definitely, and yeah, it's something that this team maybe was lacking in the past years heading into nationals is, yeah, just that full-fledged attack of all 4 lines, all 3 pairs of D, and as well you got that great tandem of Elise Hugans and Maya Lucifora, who I'm sure head coach Graham Thomas has got in his back pocket if he needs her. But yeah, a full lineup that seems ready to go here for next weekend after that long break. I'm sure they're happy with the performance they put up this weekend.
Keep all tabs on Canada West. The other semifinal game tomorrow, Manitoba at Mount Royal. The victor has a date here at the Doug next Friday. We hope that you'll join us. Tickets available at the door and online. Of course, game available to stream. So whatever way you take it, you don't want to miss that one. UBC seeking another Canada West championship. For Andrew Lote, the entire team up here in the booth, I'm Andrew Savory. Appreciate you joining us for a presentation of Canada West TV presented by BioSteel. We'll see you next weekend for the championship. T-Birds and an opponent to be determined. Have a great weekend, folks.